looking for great deals on Christmas decor, you've got to get to Carolina Pottery. Huge selections of ornaments, trees, wreaths, and greenery, all at our everyday low prices. Get festive for less this year. Visit carolinapottery.com or a store near you.
Nobody does high school football better than News 35 on News Channel 6. Powered by Culpepper Ace Hardware.
If you've been arrested for a DUI in Georgia, you may only have 30 days to protect your license or your privilege to drive here. Hi, I'm Tiffany Duncan of DUI Duncan, the DUI firm here in Augusta. Visit our website at DUIDuncan.com to see what we've done to help so many drivers. If you've been arrested for a DUI in Georgia, call me now for a free consultation. While the firm, of course, cannot guarantee results, we do guarantee hard work and fast action.
Remember the name, DUI Duncan.
It's Christmas time again at Carolina Pottery. Shop and save on our variety of decorating themes. From traditional to whimsical, we've got the style you need with hundreds of value-priced products to choose from. Visit carolinapottery.com or a store near you.
Let's see where it takes us. Good morning, Augusta.
The Black Friday sale starts now at BrandsMart US.
With the end of daylight savings time, we're falling back clock. Now we're falling back into the 70s with our temperatures. I'll have all the details for you coming up.
Now on Good Morning Augusta, a heartwarming surprise. How a nonprofit is making a difference one veteran at a time. Plus, possible progress on a humanitarian pause in the Israel. How daylight saving time could impact your mental health. Details as your favorite weekend morning news starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is Good Morning Augusta on WJBF News Channel 6.
Well, good morning, sunshine. Thanks for joining us. It's great to be with you. I'm Sean Gabbichstock. Coverage you can count on begins with a local Corvette group, helping a local vet by donating home improvement services and appliances. Bria Smith leads us off today.
It was really shocked. And then when they tell me it's free, I can't believe it.
Stephen Farrington served as an Army medic for 7 years. Now he lives in Augusta, where a region-wide nonprofit chose him to return the favor.
Veterans they need to be taken care of, so we've done something like this just to be able to do something special for veterans. We can't save the world, but we can help out one person at a time.
Jason Doris is a U.S. Marine Corps veteran himself, and that's why the nonprofit he started exists today.
So I explained, just out of the blue, somebody dropped down, It's like a dream come true.
Here's your parade day.
I see the pretty cars going by.
Initially starting out in South Carolina, Vets for Vets now covers more than just one state.
And we've expanded to different states. We're now in 6 different states. Today was the Georgia pick. Money's raised throughout donations and sponsors.
Farrington tells me he's grateful for the organization's efforts. He says most times it's hard for them to receive benefits.
Vets don't get enough recognition. They don't get enough done. And then what we do get, we have to struggle and fight the government for.
A ride that took only 5 minutes, Farrington and his family will feel its impact for years to come.
It's a surprise. They don't know we're coming. So when they come to the door and they see all these people out in the yard, and they're like, what's going on? And you tell them that, hey, we're going to help you out with home renovations and help you out with your bills for a year and stuff like that. And seeing the raw emotion and people get watery-eyed, that's why we do it.
In Augusta, Bria Smith, WJBF, News Channel 6.
Richmond County School System will hold its Battle of the Bands competition today. It will take place over at Butler High School Stadium on Lumpkin Road. It starts at 3 o'clock. Alongside Butler, the competition will also feature the Academy of Richmond County, Cross Creek, Glen Hills, Hephzibah, T.W. Josie, Lucy C. Laney, and Westside High School. There will also be guest college and university bands performing as well. Tickets are $15 at the gate and $10 online. Today is the last day of the Garden City's newest festival. The Foodies Food and Culture Festival is one of the largest food festivals in the state of Georgia. More than 50 food trucks and 75 artisans are there from a variety of cultural backgrounds. The festival is from 11 until 7 and is the first event to take place at the Freedom Bridge downtown. Meanwhile, in Columbia County, the Fall Fair is now underway. For the next 7 days, you can enjoy rides, a petting zoo, live entertainment, and of course, great fair food. The gates open today at 1 p.m. over at the fairgrounds in Grovetown. It's $10 to get in, and kids 17 and younger must have an adult with them after 7 o'clock. Thousands of Georgians will gather for the 20th annual Out of the Darkness Community Walk in Atlanta's Piedmont Park today. It's to support and bring awareness to suicide risk. Here's our Atlanta Bureau Chief, Archer Shashadri.
Ronald Bain lost his son to suicide in 2019.
I miss him every day, and although he's not physically with us, I feel his presence around me and working with me to help save lives and bring hope to those who are affected by suicide.
He'll join thousands of other relatives who've lost loved ones due to suicide at the Out of Darkness Walk in Atlanta. Participants wear colored beads, release doves, and hold up pictures of victims who died by suicide as a way to honor them.
I think here in Georgia, probably one of the sort of most challenging statistics is that 1 in 10 of our 6th to 12th graders have seriously thought about suicide at least once over the past year, and 1 in 20, so 1 out of every class.
The CDC says suicide is one of the leading causes of death in the country, with nearly 50,000 Americans dying by suicide last year alone.
From age 5 to 11, we've seen a triple jump in students ideating about suicide. This is pre-pandemic, post-pandemic. For the last 10, 15 years, we've seen an escalation.
That's why the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is pushing lawmakers to fund mental health, improve education, advocacy, and research.
In 2015, they passed a law called the Jason Flatt Act that said all schools in Georgia should have annual training in suicide awareness and prevention, and that each school district should have a suicide postvention plan, so that if there was a suicide death in the school community, that there would be an understanding of what to do, what not to do.
The group has raised $4 million since the first walk in 2003. Reporting in Atlanta, Archit Seshadri, Atlanta Bureau Chief.
Meteorologist Sherry Shealy joins us now for a quick check of the forecast. Before we get to that, did you get your hour of sleep?
No, I tried to outsmart the system, and I was like, well, I can stay up an hour later because it cancels out. Yeah, so I didn't take advantage. But, so, we've all got conflicting views on that. But the one thing I think we all can agree on, it's nice that at this hour we now have beautiful sunrise shots on our Terry Limber Hyundai Skyview cam, right? Yeah, this time yesterday it was dark. Now we have this beautiful sunrise there in Waynesboro. Good morning to you, and it's a beautiful start to a beautiful day. We've got a few clouds moving in on our satellite radar for our northern counties, but there in Waynesboro, though, crystal clear skies give us that beautiful shot. We do have some issues with fog here in Augusta, visibility down to 6 miles, also in Allendale down to 9 miles, so keep that in mind as you head out this morning. But the main thing is the temperature, so we are all above freezing today, so gradually warming up there, but still very chilly at 35 degrees here in Augusta, 37 in Bamberg, 39 in Sandersville, 36 in Louisville, so still in those 30s across the board. Winds are nice and calm coming from the north, so no issues there. So as you head out for church this morning, definitely going to want to layer up and need a jacket, as it's going to be on the chilly side first thing this morning with lots of sunshine. Then we will have some clouds build in, but still warming up into those 50s and into the 60s by lunchtime. So you can expect continuing this warming trend for the next several days with lots of sunshine, but we do have some changes coming to the forecast next weekend. I'll have all the details for you coming up in your full forecast. Sean?
All right, Sherry, thank you. The ground war in Gaza is growing more like Exodus 365. How one local organization is empowering young ladies to become leaders in the community.
We've taken thousands of guns off the street in the last 10 plus years. And unfortunately, those firearms are getting into the hands of the wrong people.
Gun violence in America.
Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
News Channel 6's Mary Morrison examines both sides of this divisive issue.
With liberty on one side and security on the other side, it's just very complicated.
United we stand. Issues that divide us. Tomorrow on Good Morning Augusta.
WJBF News Channel 6's Black Excellence 365 recognizes inspiring Black individuals and organizations across the CSRA all year long. The recipients are honored with the Mary L. Jones Black Affirmation Award, and Tiffany Hobbs has this month's honoree.
It was during the height of the civil rights movement when Mrs. Rosa T. Beard, a science teacher at A.R. Johnson Magnet School, was approached by her students. They wanted her to be a faculty sponsor for a program that would uplift young black women and prepare them for a world that struggled to accept them. The Debutante Club was established in the spring of 1963.
Our motto, Live Lovely for Excellence, it is not simply a motto, it is what we all strive to live by.
Those happy young ladies in pink and white.
For 6 decades, the Rosa T. Beard Debutante Club has poured into high school students in the CSRA, equipping them with tools to be successful in life. The club also instills the importance of community.
So over the time from like when I graduate, going out to college, I know that there will be people that I can always refer back to or like call on if I need anything.
Throughout the year, the young ladies engage with the community at events. Jana Bell says she's gained important life skills as the club's sergeant at arms.
I've learned not to be afraid. Like, I know my job is based on, like, it can make people upset. Like, they'll be like, I wasn't late, or I'm not dressed out. Like, I'm not dressed out of, like, basically how we're supposed to dress. But I do have to be assertive, and that's something I'm working on.
Vice President Jordan Smith is looking forward to putting her skills to use in college.
I can just meet people and gain new bonds and tell them what I've experienced and help them grow, and we can grow together.
A senior at Grovetown High School.
Mrs. Rosa T. Beard's legacy of service lives on through the Debutante Club. Many on the advisory board were once debutantes themselves.
And they said, you were going to be in this club. I said, yes, ma'am. But I did not know what a gift that would be for me and such a life-changing experience. I learned community. I learned leadership skills.
Dr. Spearman McCarthy says she'll never forget how her potential was nurtured as a debutante. It made all the difference, and she wants to pay it forward.
Sometimes you've got to get down and walk with people side by side and help them along the way, and so that's what Mrs. Beard gave me through her legacy.
Former debutantes have gone on to serve their communities as college presidents, news anchors, physicians, and judges. Kimberly Hayes tells us that without the tireless work of passionate people, the Debutante Club's incredible success would not be possible.
Every single year, these women continue to tirelessly give to the club, sometimes coming out of their own pockets. Reverend Beard is an amazing legacy for her mother and her continued success and achievements with the club as well. So I am just thrilled with, as all of us, to be here and represent.
Young ladies entering the 11th and 12th grades are nominated for the Rosa T. Beard Debutante Club each spring. If you want to nominate someone or support the club, visit us at WJBF.com for more details. In Augusta, Tiffany Hobbs, WJBF, News Channel 6.
And congratulations to y'all. Sherry's working on the forecast right now. It seems to look really nice across the CSRA. She'll break it down for us coming up in less than 3 minutes.
Weather headlines on News Channel 6, brought to you by Jamie Casino Injury Attorneys.
When you hurt...
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live 5/6.
So time now 7:19. Unless you're like me and forgot to change every clock in the house, you're probably looking at your stove right now thinking it's 8:19. So this is your reminder to turn those clocks back 1 hour as daylight savings time has ended. I know not everybody likes that, but one good perk of that is the sunrise shots we get to see on Good Morning Augusta, as we have sunrise shots here on our Terry Labor Hyundai Skyview Cam over at the Augusta Marriott. So nice to see that sunshine early this morning. And even though the sun is out, don't let it fool you. It's still on the chilly side, 35 degrees here in Augusta. Winds are nice and calm. We do have some issues with some fog on the low-lying areas in Augusta here, down to 6 miles with our visibility. So keep that in mind as you hit the roads this morning. So check out our temperatures across the nation. So we're at 35 here in Augusta. And if you recall yesterday, I pointed out that Bismarck was at like 27 degrees yesterday, and today it is now the exact same temperature we are today. So how about that? That's because a warm front moved through there. So along with some winter weather, they did get that warm front come through, warming them up to make it the same exact temperature as us. But back at home here in the southeast, we have high pressure dominating our forecast there. Just a few wispy clouds moving in, but overall dry air and lots of sunshine to enjoy. Our farmers forecast, not looking the greatest for our northern counties as we have the first and even second level of drought there from Wilkes County over to Saluda County. It looks like it's inching further south into Edgefield County as well. Desperately needing some rain in that neck of the woods, but unfortunately we're not gonna see any relief there for the next several days, as our rain chances are at 0 today along with several days this week. And also note that sunrise with a change in time now at 6:50 in the morning. So speaking of the rain, so it is going to be nice and dry for the next several days, but check it out. A reason to celebrate next weekend. Rain looks to be returning to the forecast, and hopefully it will help us out with that farmer's forecast. So looking at our futurecast for the next 48 hours, not a whole lot going on there. We do have some clouds this morning. May see an increase in clouds today than we've seen the last several days, but with that high pressure in control, it's looking all clear there. That's throughout the day Sunday. That continues into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Kind of same story there, as that high pressure just hangs out in our neck of the woods. But if we go further into the future now, so we're starting this long-range forecast at Thursday. Check it out. We've got some green stuff on the map into Friday and Saturday. Look at it. We've got some rain coming in there. It looks like it's in those areas that are in the drought stages that desperately need it. So good news there. So this is long range, and the timing could change, but it looks promising that we'll see some much needed rain next weekend. But for today, it's going to be a day you're going to need to layer up in the morning. Definitely going to need a jacket with temperatures in those 40s at 8 o'clock. Then warming up, you're going to shed that jacket by lunchtime, as it's going to be in the 70s with lots of sunshine. And that trend continues as we warm into the upper 70s by Tuesday, even the return of the 80s later in the week. But then notice that sharp decline in temperatures as a cold front moves through and gives us the chance of rain and also cools us down a bit. The low temperatures, though, we're leaving those frigid cold temperatures behind, getting back to average and even above average next week. So 10-day forecast, lots of sunshine there, temperatures warming up into those mid to upper 70s, even 80s. But then something exciting I know a lot of people are looking forward to, those rain icons forecasted for next weekend.
Especially our friends in Saluda County.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Thank you, Sherry. Well, an actress takes legal action against an AI app. What's trending is next.
Over the last 24... Helping Georgia recognize the hidden crime in domestic violence.
WJBF Television, happy 70th anniversary.
From our family to yours, congratulations to the entire team at News Channel 6.
Hey, y'all. Time to take a look at what's trending. So actress Scarlett Johansson is suing the app Lisa AI 90s yearbook and avatar. It uses artificial intelligence to create custom avatars, artwork, and the pictures that look like they were straight out of the 90s yearbook. They were taking over social media. So Variety reports she is suing the app for using her image and voice to advertise the ad, which has been removed from X, featuring an old clip of her promoting a movie, followed by a fake voice that sounded like her telling people to get the app.
This is some scary stuff. I mean, it's really cool what AI can do, but yeah, I mean, if it's going to take images and voices and promote things that they don't want to promote, and how do we know what's real and what's not? Yeah, it's some scary stuff.
And Sherry, the same thing happened to my auntie Gail King. She's the anchor at CBS Mornings in New York, but someone did the same thing with her voice and was promoting weight loss pills. So she said everyone started DMing her like, hey, tell us about the pills. She was like, what are you talking about? And it was a fake.
I mean, how are you going to prove what's you and what's not if they can reproduce your image and your voice?
Absolutely. I think you really have to look closely to it, because with my auntie, you can kind of tell the the voices were altered from the image. So
but that's because she's your auntie, so you knew to pick up on those things.
There you go.
Other people that don't know her as well wouldn't pick up on that.
Love you, Gail. Well, coming up on Good Morning Augusta, a stage play that delves into the trials and triumphs of an African-American church is headed to the CSRA. We'll chat with a cast member that's coming up. But first, let's head to New York, where Gio Benitez is standing by with a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America. Good Sunday morning, Gio.
Good morning to you. So good to see you on this Sunday morning. Coming up here on GMA for the first time since the war began.
Protect your family the way I protect mine with MurphyFamilyInsurance.com.
Live from Television Park, this is Good Morning Augusta on WJBF News Channel 6.
It's 7:30. Thank you for staying with us. We like what we can say at 7:30. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Sean Cabbage Stock. We're going to head back over to meteorologist Sherry Sheely for another check of our forecast. And Sherry, you said it's going to be nice and dry for the next couple of days.
Yeah, nice and dry and sunny and warming up. Yeah, lots of good stuff for those that did not appreciate the cold snap. So this is for you, a little warm up. And also looking at our Terry Libbert Hyundai Skyview cam at the sunrise shot at Doctor's Hospital. Pretty cool here. We got a little cloud cover here in Augusta, a little low-level fog that's kind of creating this effect, illuminating the trees there. Kind of cool looking. Can't say spooky anymore since we're past Halloween, so we'll just say it looks cool. How about that? Looking at our satellite and radar, you can see those wispy clouds moving through the CSRA, and also that white color you see there, that's that cold air, as it is still on the chilly side this morning. So turn it back there. Visibility, though, going back to that fog in Augusta, do have visibility issues down to 6 miles, limiting where you can see on the road, so keep that in mind as you head out. So back to the temperatures, though. So we are all above freezing, but we are 35 degrees here in Augusta, 34 in Marmol, 38, a little bit warmer in Edgefield and Gibson at 39, but definitely going to need a jacket as you head out this morning. But the good news is, thanks to lots of sunshine, we're going to warm up very quickly and very nicely into the 60s by lunchtime and topping off in those 70s later on this afternoon. So definitely a warm up to end of the fantastic fall weekend. Those warm temps will continue, but then we do have some rain returning to the forecast. I'll have all the details for you coming up in your full forecast. Back to you, Sean.
A hilarious gospel musical comedy is coming to the CSRA, and joining me today to talk all about it is Alicia Nicole. Alicia, thank you for joining me.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. It seems like we've known each other for a long time.
Yes, we got a little history. You've been down in my neck of the woods.
Yeah, a little on McCormick, big on
McCormick,
McCormick.
South Carolina, that's right.
Good deal. So Sanctified.
Sanctified.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Sanctified is a gospel comedy stage play. Very funny, very funny. It is actually based off of a true story of a church in Anderson, South Carolina, where they were used to the old traditional ways, and there was a new pastor that came in who was young, who was trying to shake things up, and the people really wasn't having it. It was a mixed vibe, some was receiving, some wasn't. So, yeah. It's written by Javon Johnson.
Okay.
Also produced by Javon Johnson. The main thing I would say is it's real. It has a message. It's funny, but at the same time, it gets your attention to say, maybe we need to do something different when it comes to reaching this generation.
You participated in many stage plays and things of that nature. So you told me a little bit earlier about how you got into it. So kind of explain that a little bit more.
In 2019, I was sent a message on Facebook and say, hey, you should check out this show. This lady.
Was it from the Lord?
If the Lord sent me a message on Facebook. But let's put it this way. It was God orchestrated.
Oh, okay.
We'll do it that way. Okay. But yeah, they sent me a message and say, hey, you should check out this play. This lady I work with is doing her first stage play. And I was like, what? I don't act, I sing.
Yeah.
And they was like, you should do it anyway. And I was like, oh, okay. So her name was Nicole Miller. It was called Inside My Marriage. And her storyline was inside my marriage.
Wow.
And it was easy to bring the character to life because it was something I had experienced.
Yeah. So, how do you go about finding the roles that you play?
They find me.
Okay.
I do want to get into self-taping and doing the proper auditions, but every show that I have done thus far has been connected to someone connecting me. And so that's why I say I know this is all God. Acting is not Alicia.
Yeah.
Acting is something God ordained, and I'm just walking it out.
I know that's right. So, back to this event. So, Croc Center, Saturday, November 11th. 2 shows, right?
Yes, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m.
Yeah. So, if folks want to get tickets or anything like that, how can they go about that?
They can go on Eventbrite. They can go on DeniseWilliams.com, and we have the Sanctified information up there that's linked directly to the ticket sales. If you want to just check out what the play is about, Sanctified Stage Play is on Facebook. It's on Instagram. There's places that you can go and read about it as well. Yeah.
Okay. Well, sounds good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you would like to add while I have you?
I do want to say also right before the show that Friday we're doing a pop-up. It's the She Thinks She's Cute pop-up by Denise Williams production, because Denise Williams is the one that's bringing in Sanctified.
Okay.
Right? So she's doing a pop-up for praise and worship, and it's November the 10th. It's a free event for everybody. Come on out.
We love free 99.
Right. And we just want to set the atmosphere for the stage play Sanctified. It's some amazing guests coming in. We have a guest appearance by Apostle Ryan that's going to be in the stage play. He's on Instagram. Guys, check him out. Powerful man of God. And I guess that would be it. Come out. Come see the show. You got to come see the show.
I want to see the show.
Yes, Sanctified. Come to the 2 o'clock. Now, I play at the 2 o'clock show, but there's another amazing actress by the name of Sylvia who also plays at the 7 o'clock show. So Javon has it worked out where we all get the opportunity to present our talents. So.
And I'm glad you mentioned your character, Thelma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quickly tell us about her.
So Thelma is the drunk pianist. Thelma is the one that came straight from the streets, and she loves to drink her alcohol. And, you know, even though she came straight from the street, she told God yes. She gave God a yes. And though she is still struggling with her addiction to alcohol, she's still giving God a yes. So she shows up to choir rehearsal. She shows up to the revival. She's on the piano. You might catch her taking a sip.
Oh, hey. What's her drink of choice?
Come here. I'm just kidding, but yeah, she
ain't kidding.
But she's an amazing person. She has a gift to sing. She has a gift to lead, and she loves God. And she's struggling with giving up her addiction, as also trying to stay in this church where nobody wants to change.
Yeah.
So
do you see a little bit of yourself in Thelma?
I do. Actually, Thelma, the more I got into to learn the background of Thelma, I understood Thelma is me. Because I came from the hood. You know, I came from the streets. And
there's nothing wrong with the hood. Nothing at all. Some great people came from it.
Right, and we made it out.
Right, yeah.
And I gave God a yes.
Yes.
And even in the midst of my yes, I still been struggling with some things.
Absolutely.
But guess what? I'm still giving God a yes.
And we're a work in progress, so
right,
it's okay.
Right, trust the process. I like to say, you be the change. And I know that a lot of people are saying, you be the change that you want to see in the world. And I love that statement, because I just feel like even though you feel like you're judged, or, you know, you're trying to go into the church, especially for the young people.
Right.
Just because you don't dress like them church people, just because you don't act like them church people, just because you don't even function the way they function, does not mean that you cannot go on in there and be the change. If you are tired of your environment, this is for my young people, if you are tired of your environment, you be the change.
Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.
I thank you for having me.
I had so much fun. You said you were nervous. Are you still nervous?
No, you have made this an awesome interview. I hope they give you a raise, because you made me like, check that out. Give me a raise. You made it relaxing. I was really nervous when I got here, you know, walking into the set, the lights, and but God is good.
Ain't he though? And we prayed before the interview.
And we prayed. That's what. Give me some.
There we go.
Oh.
Okay, I got to go. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Sean.
No problem. And we'll be right back.
The News Channel Station, who inspires their community and improves the lives of people around them. If you know a deserving recipient, visit WJBF.com and fill out the nomination form. Celebrating Black Excellence 365, only on News Channel 6.
Now the clocks have fallen back, and while the change at times can be inconvenient, doctors say it can also be harmful. According to the American Psychiatric Association, it affects many people's mental health. A new survey shows 1 in 5 Americans say they've seen a negative change. 2/3 of adults in the survey say they slept more, felt fatigued, and depressed. Doctors say people may develop seasonal affective disorder.
This is a very, very high number of people who actually say that the change in time will give them some depression, some discomfort, some uneasiness.
And the poll also found female mental health also almost twice as likely to be affected. Doctors say a lot of outdoor exercise and seeing more sunlight are ways to feel better. Sherry has another check of our forecast coming up in less than 3 minutes.
Over the last 20 and schedule service at mymiracleadvantage.com.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live 5/6.
So good Sunday morning to you. Time now 7:45. Hope you remembered to turn those clocks back 1 hour and hope you got to gain an extra hour of sleep. But here we are looking good this morning on our Terry Limerick Hyundai Skyview cam at the airport. We've got clear skies kind of to the top of the screen, but then we do have this little layer of looks like stratus clouds there just above the tree line. And winds are nice and calm there. So looking at our temperatures, though, a little on the cool side. So 35 degrees here in Augusta. Again, winds nice and calm. Do have some issues with some fog in the lower lying areas, especially over bodies of water. That's down to 6 miles with our visibility there. So keep that in mind as you head out. So speaking of the fall temps and fall colors and pretty tree lines, look at our current foliage report from our friends at Explore Fall. So here, almost the whole CSRA is in that moderate color range, and just to our north at high color and even peak color into the mountains. So not only does it feel like fall with that nip in the air, it's starting to look like it with our trees changing colors there. So satellite and radar, here we go. We can see those clouds kind of in the northern CSRA there pushing through. So we do have a upper level trough that's giving us a little bit of moisture just in the form of those clouds there. But as far as rain goes, it's going to be nice and dry for the next several days, which is not great news for our farmers' forecast, as we do have some drought conditions from Wilkes County over to Saluda County, even inching down to Columbia County there at that first level of drought. So certainly need the rain, but unfortunately it's not in the forecast for the next couple of days. But hang tight, we do have some changes coming in later in the week. And again, with the time change, sunrise now at 6:50 in the morning and sunset at 5:33 this afternoon. So looking at our future cast again, things are staying pretty calm. Nothing really exciting going on for the next several days as we have high pressure in control. That's really giving us those clear skies again. Just some clouds this morning, but those will push out and clear out this afternoon. And that's kind of a wash and repeat story for us. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, kind of same case going on as that high pressure just continues to swirl around our neck of the woods, giving us those sunny conditions. But if we dive further into the future, again, this is long range, so the timing could change a bit, but notice we've got some green there in the map indicating that we've got rain on the way. So Friday into Saturday, here we go, some moisture moving into the CSRA, and that will kind of cycle through on Saturday and Sunday and Monday. So yeah, good news there. So keeping it nice and dry for the next couple days, but then there we go, we can celebrate after the dry weather. We've got some rain returning to the forecast Friday and Saturday. But for today, it's going to be a nice sunny day. Definitely want to layer today because it's going to start off on the cooler side, but then thanks to all that sunshine, warming up nicely into the 70s this afternoon. And the trend, that's going to continue warming up. So mid-70s to start the week, into the 80s by later week. And then when that cold front goes through, bringing us the rain chances, it will also drop our temperatures down as well. So 10-day forecast, we've got sunshine for the next several days into Election Day. That's something I'll vote for there. Temperatures in the upper 70s and lows in the 40s. So back to more seasonable average temps for us. That's your forecast, and we'll be right back.
Hey, CSRA.
With strong arm. Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
The South Aiken volleyball team has had one goal all season long, a state title. Saturday night, they looked to make that dream a reality as they took on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs in the 4A state championship.
So amazing. I can't even describe it.
The entire town traveled to Columbia, South Carolina for a night that was years in the making as the T-Breads got the win over the Chiefs in 4 sets. But it was close until the end. The two teams split the first 2 sets, and then South Aiken got the narrow victory 25-23 in set 3. But set 4 is where they really shined. Head coach Cassie McKee told me earlier on in the season that she knew her girls were not going to give up until they had brought home the title, and that is exactly what happened on Saturday night. After a devastating loss in the region title last year, the T-Breads came back with something to prove, and now they have. A huge congratulations to the South Aiken T-Breads volleyball team, the new SCHSL 4A state champions. Over in the NCAA, number 2 Georgia hosting number 12 Mizzou. The Bulldogs have won 10 of the last 11 meetings since the Tigers joined the SEC. Second quarter, score tied at 3. Third and goal for the Bulldogs on the 6. Carson Beck finds Dominic Lovett on the screen pass for the TD, and Georgia takes a 10-7 lead. Third quarter, Georgia trails by 3. Second and 9 from the 15. That's Kendall Milton with the carry. He'll run into the end zone for 6. His 4th straight game with a rushing touchdown as Georgia retakes the lead. Then late in the 4th, Missouri down 27-21. First and 10 from the 50. The defense needs a stop under pressure. Cook throws the ball to Georgia lineman Nazir Stackhouse. He'll grab it and go, gets all the way inside the 5. Georgia fans are loving it, and Stackhouse making a remarkable play on a crucial Mizzou drive. Georgia goes on to win 30-21, and the Bulldogs earn their 11th win over the Missouri Tigers. Over in Death Valley, Clemson hosting number 15 Notre Dame. Third quarter, Tigers lead 24-16. Third and goal at the 1. Phil Maffa takes the handoff and powers his way in for the 1-yard touchdown. He had 2 trips to the end zone on the night. Clemson leads 31-16. Fourth quarter, a little over a minute to play. 4th and 10. The pocket collapses on the Irish. Hartman can't get a clean pass off. That does it. Dabo Swinney becomes Clemson's all-time leader in wins with 166, and the Tigers survive at home 31-23. Finally, after a tough few weeks for the Gamecocks, they are back in the win column after a battle of the Gamecocks. South Carolina defeated Jacksonville State at home 38-28 as they avoided their 5th straight loss. The Gamecocks now move to 6-3 on the season as they look ahead to an SEC matchup next weekend against the Vanderbilt Commodores. That game will be at noon over on SEC Network. And that does it for Morning Sports.
All right, Kira, thank you. Go USC Gamecocks. And we'll be right back.
ACSRA.
Join the Augusta Metro Chamber and SRNS on Tuesday, November 14th for Women in Business, featuring a panel of influential women in politics, moderated by the Chamber's own president and CEO, Sue Parr. Register at AugustaMetroChamber.com.
And this is pretty neat. A Chicago man visiting the Florida Keys cracked the world's record at the Keys Fisheries Stone Crab Eating Contest. So contestants had to crack and eat 25 of the tasty stone crab claws and completely clean them in the fastest time. Participants received a 30-second penalty for each piece of claw meat that was left behind. Scott Milson set a new record with a final time of 10 minutes 17 seconds, beating the previous time of 10 minutes rather. 23 seconds. So off by a few seconds.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
My husband might need to train for that. He's pretty good at it. I don't eat crab, but
I've tried it before, it's something different. Yeah. So I mean I like it, I wouldn't just go to the store and say, hey, I want crab meat.
yeah, well, you're really picky, so the fact that you even tried it, that's good.
Try everything once. So how's the forecast?
Looking great. So on the cold side to start off this morning, but then lots of sunshine this afternoon and warming up into the 70s with lots of sunshine for the next several days.
Well, thank you for joining us for your favorite weekend morning news. We appreciate it. Have a great week. We'll see you back next weekend. And till then, I love you, Mama.